Recorded. So welcome everybody to Thursday evening session. Now today I thought I'm going to go over understanding candle patterns. Now the reason for this is because, wait a minute, let's start this again. This is poor. Annotations, annotate, clear. Right, okay. It's just for the recording, okay? Oh, let me get rid of this. Welcome everybody to today's session. So today we're going to go over understanding candle patterns. Now the reason why I've done this is because what I want you all to be able to do is understand how to use all the skills, the knowledge, the patterns, the process, the structure in line with how the candles move on the 4-hour time frame. Now this exercise is not exactly going to help you with entries, exits and blah blah blah. But what it's going to be able to help you to do is allow you to work in tandem with your other time frames. Now, the only way I can explain this is a boxer, for example. They skip, and they skip a lot. Now, skipping has zero to do with boxing, punching, strength, anything, okay? Well, physically punching and fighting. But when you look into it and try to understand why they do it, they're learning to use their arms, their legs, their coordination, and everything else in rhythm. And they do this repeatedly. And this helps them to grow or helps them to develop their coordination. Some people don't have it, but this is why they skip to help them do that. So the reason for this exercise today, as I said, is not necessarily to give you the holy grail of entries, but to help you to use your high time frames along with your lower time frames to save time so that you're not going to a 4-hour chart and saying, oh, well, is this a trade or not? You'll be able to know straight away and really just help you grow and elevate your trading. Now, this is not going to be easy. Don't get me wrong. When I put this together, I was like, damn, how are these people going to do this? Well, I have faith that you can, but at the same time, whoever comes forward and whoever is participating, no one judges you. We're all here to learn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Usually when you press the button, it should turn to the next screen, but it hasn't happened. There you go. I'm going to show you this candlestick formation. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Now, what I want you to do is when we're looking at this here, let's change this to red. Yeah. When you're looking at this here, I want you to be able to identify what's happening in this candle, and this candle. Once you've identified what's happened in these 3 candles on the 4-hour time frame, I then want you to imagine what it's going to look like on the 15-minute time frame. Then you're going to tell me what to do. You're going to tell me if the market's in a range. You're going to tell me if the market has moved up. You're going to tell me if the market has moved down. You're going to tell me if we've had false breakouts and break back into structures. You're going to tell me if we've had retests and continuations. Whatever it is. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect, but what I want to eventually do is draw the structure with you on this time frame, on the 4-hour example. And then when I press next, I want to see that your understanding of your 4-hour time frame is illustrative in your drawing when I move over to the 15-minute time frame. Now, shall I ask again who wants to get involved? Well, we got this. I think we got this. So, will the first person come forward? Please. Alan, let's go. Oh, maybe if I allow you to unmute yourself, it might help, right? Please, everybody as well, while you're on this session, keep yourself muted unless you are talking. So Alan, when you're ready, come forward.
I'm ready.
What's going on, brother? You okay?
Okay.
Did you have a better day today?
How did you know?
I'm asking you, did you?
Kind of.
Good. That's what I want to hear, man. Okay. So Alan, I've given you on this illustration here, just to let you know that this candle here is down. So start with this candle for me, please, and tell me what has this candle done. And I'm about to draw it on this side here.
So what has that candle done on the 1 hour time frame?
On the 15-minute time frame, please.
On the 15-minute time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, the price pushed down.
Okay, fine. So the price is pushed down.
Yeah.
Just to give everybody an idea, there is 16 15-minute candles in every 4-hour candle. Let me just make sure I've done that right. Yeah, 16 15-minute candles in every 4-hour candle. So we don't need to get this perfect, but we need to get this right. So initially, price action has pushed down.
Yes, and formed a low.
Correct. So let's say this is our low.
Yes.
What happened next before the at the close of this candle?
Before at the close of that candle, then we saw some strong bullish momentum entering the market.
Wait, hold tight, my brother.
Okay.
Price action pushed down. Very good.
Yes.
Now, how did this candle close? Is what I want you to focus on. This part, so we can draw structure, please.
It break below structure and push back inside into structure.
Okay, so if now we're doing this, it's pulled back into structure. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Move on to the next candle, please.
So the next 4-hour candle.
Yep.
Okay.
So just to let you know, this candle moved down before it moved up.
Okay, so again, basically, price pushed down to our previous lows.
Okay, to make a what?
To make a double bottom.
Beautiful. Very well done. What happened next after this happened?
Bulls entered the market and pushed price higher.
Correct. Okay. Now, there's something, can I undo? Correct. Oh, yes. Beautiful. I love this, man. So let's undo this. Now, before price pushed higher on this candle, we did push higher. Okay.
Yes. It kind of ranged before it pushed higher.
All right. Before it ranged, price pushed higher and broke this previous structure higher, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a previous structure high.
Yeah.
Now, where did price close after it pushed higher?
It closed back inside.
Well, let's look here. If we don't get too finicky about this, let's say it closed at the level, yeah?
Okay.
So now we've closed at the level. What happened next?
Then, okay, now I'm looking at the third candle, correct?
Correct.
Then we saw strong bullish momentum and price pushed higher, breaking previous highs.
Correct. Now, does everybody understand what Alan has just done? If you want the truth, I'm super surprised that he just done that the way he did. But then again, Alan puts in a lot of hard work. But does everybody understand what Alan has just done? Let me know. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Okay. So let's see how Alan done. Alan, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go. So this is Alan's drawing. This is the 15-minute time frame. So price pushed down, as Alan mentioned. Price made a structural low on the first 4-hour candle. Then price made a double bottom of this previous candle. And then price finally pushed the upside, breaking this previous structure. So we're here now. Price then finally broke this structure. We tested this structure, which is what we're seeing here. And then price shot to the upside. How about Alan gets a round of applause for that? That was super, super epic. Super epic, Alan. Very well done. Now, obviously, Alan, you can come back for a harder one. I'm going to call you back actually for a harder one.
Okay.
This is just the start. So everybody don't get too excited just yet. But now you get the idea. Let's continue this on to the next one. Easy work for Alan. Very good. Now, who would like to give this one a go? Next person come forward, please. Ish, let's go, Ish.
Hi, Rox.
What's happening, brother? You okay?
Yeah, good, man. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Very good. So now, what I want you to do, I want you to start this analysis from this candle here. Now, what I will tell you about this is that price action. Okay, you tell me, did this candle close high or low?
It's a bearish candle.
Very good, man. Well done. All right. So let's start from this candle, please, and tell me what's happening within this candle.
Okay, so price went down on the 15-minute time frame.
Very good. So let me draw this in. Take your time. So price went down on this time frame. What happened next?
And then it went down a little bit more to make that wick and then come back up again.
Okay, so it went down to make a structural low.
Yep.
And then price done what?
It went down to make that wick and came back up again.
Okay, so it came back up.
Yeah.
Now, what happened with the next candle?
The next candle opened up and was bullish.
Okay, so before we go bullish, now we've got a candle open.
Yeah.
Right. So if price closed back down into this level here, we've formed some sort of level. Now, it doesn't mean it's tradable, but we've had the push in the market on the 4-hour. We've had price push deep, okay, push deep. And then all of a sudden it stalled, it pulled back, and now we have price pushing again, okay? Back to this level. Sorry, beg your pardon. Let me redraw this for you. So this is illustrative of this. And price pulled back like this, okay? So now this new candle's opened. So what happens with this new candle, please?
It shot up to make that wick and then came back down and closed.
Okay, so it shot up to make a structural level in the market. And then how did this candle close? Please do not draw screens.
Closed below the open of the previous one.
Closed below the opening of the previous one. So
below where we started.
Okay, fine. So let's say the opening of the previous one was in and around.
No, the opening was right at the beginning where you started.
Here.
No, the other one.
Okay, hold on.
Where your line started. You know your red line where you started drawing it.
This one here?
No. Right on the left, the beginning where your drawing starts. You know where your drawing starts.
Okay, here?
Yeah. So it closed below that.
Okay, fine. So it closed below this. So let's draw that in. So then price pushed, it continued down. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this 4-hour structure is illustrative of this 15-minute structure that you've told me about is illustrative of this 4-hour, these two 4-hour candles, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody have any reservations with what's happened here now with Ish's drawing? Or does everybody think he's done all right? Let's make this quick. Agree, Nish, agree. Next, please, one more person at least. 76 members here. Somebody needs to agree or disagree. Everyone agrees for now. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, let's take a look at this. So price pushed down, made a major structural low, came back up. So price pushed down, made a major structural low, came back up. Now, we may not have recognized that, but it did consolidate. That was very hard to pick up. So let's take this as your consolidation. Price then smashed the upside, and then as you mentioned, price broke and closed below the structure. Excuse me, I think it was this one. Below the structure, something like that. Anyway, whatever. And then price came back down. Ish?
Yes.
Well done, brother.
Thanks.
Buddy, he deserves a clap. Very well done.
Thanks.
Very well done. Okay. Now, let's move on to one more simple example, and then we're going to go on to the real deal. Let's take the next person, please. John, let's go. What's happening, bro? How are you?
Doing good, man.
Very good. Okay. Now, I want you to tell me what you see on this time frame, please. This is a 4-hour chart, and these are 3 candles that I want you to focus on.
Okay.
Starting on this one here from this bottom.
Okay. This is
Oh, sorry,
Bull-
beg your pardon. This is a bullish candle, yeah?
this is I was going to say this is a bullish candle.
So what would you like me
Yeah.
to draw? Hold on. What would you like me to draw?
Yeah,
Bullish
that'll be
structure.
yeah,
Okay, so this is a big 4-hour candle.
yeah.
Are you happy with that structure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, what happened next, please?
After that, it drops almost back down to where it opened, close to where it opened.
Okay, so this is a structural low. This is a structural middle. So let's say about 60%.
Yeah, something like that. I agree. Yes.
Okay, so it dropped. What happened next?
Then it pulls back up close to where it closed.
So in and around this level here.
Yeah.
Or maybe just below. Let's say just below.
A little below that.
Okay, let's just say just below that. So let's draw this level here. And then let's say just below that. What happens next?
The next thing that happens on the next candle is that it drops slightly, but then it begins to go up a little more.
Okay, so let's look at this.
Okay.
This candle is what we're focusing on.
Gotcha.
Now, we recognize this as an indecision candle. What do you think that would look like on the 15-minute time frame if this is 16 15-minute candles?
Oh, yeah. Good point. We're just looking at, basically you're just going to be looking at 16 like ranging candles.
Okay, so if we say it goes into a range, are you satisfied with saying that?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, does anybody disagree or agree with John? Agree. I would have said that when it first opened, it went down first, then back up to make a wick. Okay, so when you say it went down, when it first opened, it went down. Okay, yeah, but we're talking about this candle from this point. So I want to know once this candle was looking like this. So you're right. If we go back in time a little bit more, yes, you're right. But I want to know when this candle was full, what it did from that point. Okay,
Gotcha.
So let me just see what the chat say. Everyone says they agree.
Hello.
Carlos says I disagree. So let's make this very quick because we have some more these are only practice, you know. These are only practice, so don't stall me on this for too long. Carlos,
Okay.
why is this incorrect? Or why do you believe this is, you disagree, sorry.
So this is a 4-hour candle, right? The last
Correct.
one. I wouldn't, the range for it, I wouldn't say it's small enough to be a range on 15M. It
What,
looks
this
like
here?
yeah, the third one, right? The body
Yeah.
range.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's a range on 15M. It's more like so that's a bullish, right? Yeah, it's a bullish. So candle opened, it pushed up all the way to the wick, it pushed down all the way to the bottom wick, and then it pushed back up sort of to the opening of the second candle. So I wouldn't say that's a range, more like just indecision on lower time frames, which is why I disagreed.
Okay, so if it's indecision on the higher time frame and there's 16 15-minute candles on the 15-minute time frame, it can't just be indecision. It has to be 16 candles worth of something.
Or maybe the range was bigger on the lower time frames. But I wouldn't, the way you drew it, I wouldn't see it as like that.
Okay, that's fine. Let's move on, Carlos. Thank you for your opinion. We appreciate it, and this is how we grow. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame and check this out. And Carlos, ratings to you, bro, because not many people come forward. So I love that. So Let's remove some of this here. Let's see what we have. I'm kind of pissed off that everyone's getting it right, to be honest with you. I thought this might have been a harder session. I honestly hope that one person will get something from it, but I assure you it's going to get harder. So we had this move to the upside. This is exactly what John has mentioned. Then price came back to a key level in the market and then continued down, which is this move. Price then stalled, which is this move, and then continued back up, which is this move. And then price, with that 4-hour candle, entered what John mentioned to be a ranging market. So John, very well done.
Thank you.
Carlos, I hope that answers your question. With what we're doing now, it's not that we care about that indecision candle and whether the range looks pretty or not. The whole point of this exercise is to recognize that, guess what? That indecision candle right now on the 4-hour time frame is not giving us a behavioral pattern on the 15-minute time frame, which means we don't care to even look for a trade right now until the momentum shifts. And that's how we're going to cut down time. So claps for John, please. Claps for John. Claps for John. Okay, very good. Now, if I can ask Alan to come back, please, and everybody else to help him, because this is not going to get easy. And if I can ask everyone to just bear with me 1 second, please. 1 second, please. Let's go. Alan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What? Alan?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me? Good. Alan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Alan is not here. All right. So next person, please. Alan's actually unmuted, but I think he's gone away as well. So he can do the next one. Who's the next person, please? You can hear him.
Everyone hears me except you.
Everybody hear him.
Rox, can you hear me?
See, this is why. Okay, hold on. Mute all. Yes. Mute all. Yes. All right. Somebody unmute themselves and talk.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Rox? I'm here.
Everyone's talking, but I can't hear them.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Alan?
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can hear Alan.
Okay, so it's working now.
It's working now, yeah. Just more editing for me to do now. All right. So mute. Everybody mute themselves. Okay, fine. So Alan,
Yeah.
what I want you to do is I want you to summarize this market structure up until in and around, let's say, for this example. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Let me go back one. Something's happened. Back one. Forward one. Aha. Where that blue arrow is, please. So, summarize this market structure. Just very quickly, tell me what's happened. And then when you get here, I need 15-minute breakdown, please.
Okay. Strong bearish momentum, price making lower lows, lower highs until it formed a complete lower low. Finally, break of structure, bullish momentum entering the market, breaking of previous structures, forming a higher low, forming a higher high till this point where the arrow is right now.
Correct. So now everybody can help support Alan on this example, because this is going to be a little bit more difficult and I need everybody to be involved, like Brexit. Agree to disagree. So Alan, from in and around this point here, can you tell me, please, what is happening in this market.
Yes. Okay, price initially pushed down on the 15-minute time frame.
This candle here. I apologize for being so specific.
Okay, that candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start you off. So we had the push to the upside.
Yeah.
Okay. And then price. So this is the push to the upside. And then what happens from this point?
And from that point on, price pushes back down.
Okay.
Okay, breaks that the starting point of your red arrow.
Okay, so we have the break of this, correct?
Okay, and then it pushed back up again into structure.
Yep.
Kind of started consolidating right there until we saw a little bit of strong bullish momentum, not enough to break the previous highest point where you drew it.
Okay, so we had some bullish pressure to the upside is what you're saying?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then price initially pushed back down, broke the previous, broke the low and pushed back right into structure.
Okay, and then pushed right back into structure.
Yeah. Okay. Right there. Then again, price pushed down, not breaking the previous lows, pushed back up into structure with a little bit of bullish momentum, a little bit higher. Okay, pushed back down, started to consolidate there a little bit. Then we once again saw that bears entered the market just a slight to push it back down, just a little bit to form a wick.
Yeah.
Then we saw strong bullish momentum pushing higher, forming a high.
Correct.
Straight again, we saw bears enter the market, pushing price back down, almost to the previous structure consolidation area.
Yeah.
And then we saw once more a push to the upside. And the last candle, yeah.
That's bearish.
Yeah, but there's a wick to the upside, so it pushed kind of a bit up and then went down.
Okay. So, who is for this and who is against this? Come forward and tell me. If anybody agree. 4. No disagrees. Okay. So, Alan, thank you again. Okay. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, which is our 15-minute time frame. I'm just checking the chat. There's a double bot right there, I guess. He didn't mention a double bottom. Okay, that's fine. We can look for the double bottom. Are we looking for the double bottom here? Is this your double bottom? So who said it? George said there's a last on the 3 last candles. Over here, on this side. George, these 3 here, over here?
No, slightly more to the left.
Left here?
Yeah, down below. There. Yeah,
around here?
Around there, yeah. Maybe a little bit higher, it formed a double bottom.
Okay, yeah. Around here. All right, well, let's go. Remember, this is not about being perfect, but if you can recognize that, then good on you, man. Let's move on to the 15-minute time frame. Where's my mouse? Oh, hiya. Okay, so this is the 15-minute time frame. So this is where I originally started from, which is the push to the upside. Then I think I went a bit too ham on this because I didn't keep up with Alan, but he then said price, once it pushed up, pushed down. So this is our push down phase. Then he mentioned price pushing back up, which is to me this level here. Okay, if it's not this one, we're going to work with this one here, around here. Then he said price consolidated for a little while. Now, this consolidation phase in this market is going to be this here. I apologize, this here. So this to me is the consolidation phase, which he mentioned. Then he said price pushed down a bit more, which to me, this is here. Now, I draw the double bottom here, which I think it was this structure. But anyway, it works kind of well. Then he mentioned price pushed up and broke the previous structure, which to me is this information here. He then mentioned that price pulled down a tiny bit, which is this information here. And then price decided to shoot up, which is this information here. Then he said price made a structural high, which is this information here. Then price continued to push down, which is this information here. Then he said price consolidated for a bit, which is this information here. And then he said price then continued to push down, which is this information here. So, Alan.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I don't think you understand how many hours it took me to make this, yeah? But when I was going over it myself, I was like, nah, these guys are going to give me a hard time. I'm going to be on this session for about 2-3 hours. And boy, but you have just literally smashed it out of the bag. So well done. You can't come forward anymore, okay?
Okay.
You can't come forward. Everybody clap for Alan, please. Clap for Alan. All right. Very well done.
Do you mind if I ask before we move forward?
Yeah.
Consuming all this knowledge that we are learning right now, how can we apply this on the live charts?
How many times have you done this on the live charts?
Never, actually.
Right. Now, how much time are you taking to do this right now? About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The point in this exercise, just as I mentioned in the beginning, in terms of being a boxer, what does skipping have to do with punching? It helps with coordination. What would learning this process do for you? It will help you to slow down a tiny bit more, understand what the 4-hour time frame is doing, and stop jumping to conclusions that you can just enter buys and sells because you feel like it. You're going to learn to understand the behavior of the market much, much better. You're going to respect it, and you're going to know, even before you get down to the 15-minute time frame, this is either going to be a trade or it's not. It's going to help you with confluence. It's going to help you with pattern recognition. It's going to help you with so much.
Okay.
To get to this stage of understanding this has taken me so much time and having to go down to my 15-minute, 1 hour replay button, back testing. Now I'm teaching this to everybody in the space of an hour. If you can learn to exercise this patience and recognize that this is something you don't do now, but you then plan to do moving forward, guess what? It's going to change everything to do with your trading. Just because it may not directly relate to entries, exits, management, just like skipping doesn't relate to punching, it has a part to play. And as far as I'm concerned, a very big part to play.
Understood.
Okay. So, who's the next person coming forward? Alan, as I said anyway. Very, very well done, man. Who's the next person coming forward, please? Absolutely, Daz. Exactly, Miss B. Okay. John, you've come forward. Let's see if one more person can come forward. I'd definitely give you another chance, no problem. Carlos, let's go, man.
Oh, where do we start?
What's happening? So, Carlos, I want you to start from previous price action, please.
From all the
Yeah.
stuff to the left, right?
Correct. Then I want you to tell me everything that's happened up until our red arrow.
Blue.
This arrow here, yeah.
All right.
Start, and then when you get here, we'll move on to drawing out this chart.
Okay, so price was pushing up. It made a high. It started pushing down. It consolidated for a bit. It broke out of consolidation, pushed down, consolidated once more, pushed down, all the way to the bottom. It sort of struggled, and it was pushing down, but it just struggled at the area, just stalled, and then it pushed up. Probably a pullback after a long push period, and then it continued pushing down. And we're at the blue arrow, which looks like kind of consolidation to me.
Okay, fine. So start at that point for us. What happens in this area of the market, please?
Oh, before the blue arrow or at the blue arrow?
No. This here.
Oh, okay, all of that. Okay, so that's a bullish candle.
Correct.
Price, those wicks. Hold on. So price pushed down a little, and then it pushed up.
Okay, all right. So I like that. So price pushed down a little.
And then it pushed up.
Pushed up. Okay, so this is 16, 15-minute candles. So this is our, man, I get too excited with this. Let's push down. And let's start pushing up. So we've pushed up now. What happens?
Pushed up. I'm going to consider that top wick, just wicks on the 15M, just crazy wicks.
Which would create what structure? We've just spoken about that. You challenged it, and then we saw what it
consolidation.
Okay, fine. So let's draw a little bit of consolidation. What happens next?
Next is the second candle. It's a strong bearish, but it pushed up. So price pushed up after that consolidation.
Okay. Hold on. So let's do this. So let's remove this. So then price continued to push up a bit, you said?
After the consolidation, leaving a wick on 4H, and then it pushed all the way down, which is a rally from the sellers. Pushed all the way down.
We continue pushing down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
It closed past the opening of the first candle with the blue arrow.
Okay, so let's say this was the push down, this was the push up.
That was the opening, yeah.
That was a structural low, so it closed below this level here.
Right there.
Correct.
And that small wick, I would consider a little bit of consolidation.
Which one?
It pushed, the small wick at the bottom of that bearish candle, just a little bit of consolidation, or maybe just wicks.
Okay, so it started consolidating. What happens next?
Next, you got enough space for it?
Well, if you're starting here, it might help.
Yeah. Okay. The second to last one, right?
Please.
All right, second and last one. That's just a bunch of consolidation.
Correct. Okay.
Learning from the first time we went about it, and then price broke out from the top, out of the consolidation, leaving a wick. It broke back in, and it pushed all the way down.
Okay, so this is last for our candle consolidation. Last for our candle consolidation. New for our candle. Let's draw our level. What happens next? So the opening of the next candle is here. What happens next?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the last 4-hour candle, it pushed up, breaking out of the consolidation, but then it broke back into the consolidation, and it broke out from the bottom, and it left the wick of the 4-hour candle.
Okay, so let's move this. So the point I'm at now on this is this was the close of the candle here.
Mm-hmm.
This is this information here. Then the next candle done what?
Oh, double topped.
Ah, very well done. Double top. What happened after the double top?
Price pushed down and it broke out of the consolidation strongly.
Okay, fine. So does anybody agree or disagree? One person agrees. Everybody else doesn't. Agree. Thank you. All right, so Carlos, thank you for your time. Stay with me. Let's move on. So let's do what Carlos mentioned. So price pushed up, which is this information here. Price peaked, which to me is this information here. Price then started to rally down, which is this information here. Then price started to consolidate, which is this information here. After the consolidation, price made a structural high, pushed down, which is this information here. It then came back for a double top, which is this information here. And then price finally broke out of this previous structure, which is this information here. So Carlos, very well done, bro. Very well done. Claps for Carlos, please. Claps for Carlos. I'm just like stoked that you lot are getting this, man. It's crazy, but well done, bro. Thank you for coming forward, okay?
Yeah.
It's taking me longer to make this damn presentation than it has you lot running through the actual.
You don't believe in your group, man. Come on.
I know, I do believe in you,
Past
bro.
expectations for you. You don't believe in us.
I do believe in my group. I'm just like blown away, to be honest.
Your group is your life's work.
Yeah, it
We-
is. It
right
really
away.
is, man. Thanks, Carlos, man. All right, who's next, please? Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. So there was Miss B. Miss B came forward earlier. So Miss B, are you here? Let's take you.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. Oh,
You ready?
okay. Hi. Yeah, man, I'm here.
All right, cool. Let's go, man. Okay. All right. So again, I want you to start from far left, move up until the arrow, please. So from this information here. So this is normal market structure, and then you go 15-minute structure here. Once you get there, please.
Okay, so price was ranging
Beautiful.
and strong bearish pressure.
Correct.
Then another small range that price broke out of.
Beautiful.
Then there's another range again.
Very good. What pressure do we have here, please?
That's, I think, a bit of both since it's a range. You're
Right.
saying before the breakout.
Very good. So once we have the bearish pressure, after the break of two ranges, we're expecting price to make a what?
Lower high.
If it fails to make a lower high and then starts forming a structural low, then what are we waiting for?
Higher low.
Or, well, are we, if we're ranging again, and this is the range that we're looking at, what are we waiting for price to do?
We're expecting a breakout.
Very good. Breakout to where? Upside or downside?
The upside.
Really?
Since it's going depleting. Okay, honestly, when it's in a range, you can't really say. You have to wait till price shows you where it wants to go.
Very good. Well done, Miss B. Next, we saw what?
Strong bullish pressure, but then due to the long wick, it started depleting.
Yeah.
Then price was slowly stepping. It's tried to step up further. Then there was another long wick.
Very good. Now,
But
stop.
the
Now stop.
bulls were still okay.
Yeah. So at the moment we're at this point, what's your idea at this moment in time? So
On the 4H or
4H, yeah, 4H. Let's just finalize this. So price,
at that moment,
what did price do? Anybody help Miss B? She's got this.
Broke out.
Very good. It broke and closed above. Now,
oh, yeah, okay, thanks.
doesn't mean we're buying, but it broke and closed above. That's all we're looking at. Because why is this lesson going to be so powerful? Well, if we have a structural level in the market, we've gathered all this information from this point on. We see the strong bullish pressure, but then we see price failing to break and close above the structure. This is indicating to us significant bearish pressure. But then when price finally breaks above structure and closes, as we've seen here, this may now look like what on the 15-minute time frame? Let's study this.
A new uptrend. Price is starting to step up.
Okay, so now we're starting to step up. Now, what candle is giving you that information? This one, or this one, or both?
Both, I'd say both.
Very good. Very good. Now, can you see the power of this and how this is going to get into some trades? Next, we stepped up. That candle blasted to the upside. What happens next? This candle.
Price started to step up.
Yeah, we've got that.
Then it moved down.
So this candle.
I'm saying it stepped up to form the wick, that one.
Okay, fine. So we've stepped up. We've got a wick now in this market. So this is our wick. This here is our wick. What happens next?
Price started to range.
Well done. Very well done. So price starts to range. What happens next? Next candle.
It attempted to break the range, so it stepped up.
So wait a minute. Did the next 4-hour candle break the previous low?
No,
Well, look here. This is your low. This is the next candle's low. Did it close below or above? Or we're not going to get too finicky about that. Maybe we won't get too finicky. But I can see it just a little bit more below.
yeah.
Next, what happened on this candle here?
Then price started to move up and
Okay.
went higher than the last breakout.
Okay, so we've gone higher now. What happens next?
Then it moved back down.
Okay,
It continued to consolidate for just a bit before going back up higher than the last breakout.
okay,
Then it went back down, all the way back down, and broke the range and went lower than the rest of the candles.
we've just closed here. Okay, we've just closed. So let's say we've closed now. What happens next on the next candle?
It goes back into a range.
Okay, so we've closed. Very good. We've gone back into the range already. So we're in this range still. Next candle.
The candle with the wick to the bottom.
So let's continue. So now it closed this candle. Let's clear this for you. Oh, this application is sick, man. So we've closed. What happens with the next candle, please? We're here. So this point,
The candle,
this point here. On this candle, sis.
it went down. It stepped down and broke the range.
Very good. So we've now broken the previous structure. And then once this, what happens with this candle? It does what?
It went back into the range,
Okay, fine.
but not all the way up.
Very good. And then what happens with the next 2 4-hour candles?
The next one, the second last candle, went down, but not as low as the
Okay.
previous one.
Yeah.
And then tried to push up in the last candle, but
Okay.
came to close at just around the same area as the second last candle closed.
Fine. Who agrees with Miss B and who disagrees with Miss B?
Let's start this.
Agree. Agree. Yep. Okay. Now let's take a look. Miss B, don't go nowhere.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So, Miss B said that the market went up very, very strong, creating higher highs, higher lows. This is that information there. The reason why she was able to gather that information is because we had 2 wicks to the downside where price failed to break above. And eventually we had the break above structure indicating bullish pressure. After that candle broke above, we had a strong candle to the upside, which is this information here and Miss B's drawing here. Next, she said that price pushed up to make a structural high, which is this information here. Then price left that structure to push down and came back to that level, which pushed down and came back to that level, which is this information here. Now, we said that price closed below, just below the level. That's fine. We have a wick, so it doesn't matter. We'll count this information for the same information that she just mentioned. Then she said price pushed down again, which is this information here. Excuse me, this information here, and then push back to the upside. So I call that perfect. Then price continued to push down, which is this information here, consolidated for a little while, which we'll work with, and then finally smashed the upside to make a new structural high, which is this information here. Then she mentioned after this point that price continued to push down to finally break the previous structural low, which is this information here. It broke the previous structural low. Then she said price started to consolidate for a little bit, which is this information here. But then at this period of time, price started to step up, which is this information here. So Miss B, you killed it, man. You killed it, sis. Seriously.
I thank you.
Very well done, man. Serious, very well done. So claps for Miss B, please. Claps for Miss B. Very,
Appreciate it. Thanks.
very, very well done. Now, this is a testimonial to your hard work. Everybody has been putting in the work, clearly. And this is why I'm so proud, man. I don't think you all understand. I spend hours all day, morning, night, midnight, early morning, 4 a.m.s, 5 a.m.s, thinking how I can just help you all to understand what's going on. Seriously, man, like, it's just my passion. Some would believe, some won't, but this is my passion. And to see you all, well, everybody that's participating and everybody else, man, I rate hard work. This is why I'm laughing. It's not, it's just, I can't believe it, man. Serious. I'm seriously blown away. I actually thought I was going to be here for a couple of hours, but anyway, sorry, man. Next one. We have two more. We need two more brave people, please. Not brave people, man. Fuck that. No one needs to be brave. Who's next? That's what I need to ask. Harry, man, what's going on, bro? Haven't heard from you in about 20 years. Come to please.
I'm good. I'm good.
What's happening? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you.
All right, good. So start for me all the way from the left. Let's work to the arrow, please.
Okay. Okay, so the market was going down,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and consolidated for a little bit.
Okay, so we'll work with that.
Yeah, and then
So-
broke on the made a new lower low.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Well, go back a little bit. So it broke out of that consolidation. That it made the lower low, and then went back up to that support area.
I apologize. Sorry. Okay, so it broke out.
Yeah, and then went back up to the support area, broke back in there.
Yeah.
And then made a new low. So went down all the way to the end. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So it went back up again, right, and back down.
Yeah.
And back up.
Yeah.
Right, and
Made a new what?
made a new high.
Thank you.
So it came back down again and made a higher low.
Okay, we'll work with that for now.
Yeah.
Then,
And then went up
yeah.
to the week, yeah, and then consolidated that from that area for a bit, and then
Beautiful.
broke.
Now,
Yeah.
Harry,
Yeah.
Harry, stop a second, brother. Now, everybody, those that are asking why is Rox doing this madness? Now, price consolidated. We've gathered information. Price finally broke close above. Now we have a strong 4-hour candle pushed to the upside. This information from this point, including this information and this information, based on everything we're learning today, is illustrating that price is pushing up. Now, does that mean there's a buy opportunity? Well, maybe not, because there might not be enough wicks. There might not be enough stepping up. And finally, price might rally too quick to the upside. But if we've gathered all this information from the 4-hour and we're using 16 15-minute candles to identify that this is what's price doing, once this 4-hour candle opens and starts to continue to push up, it's not going to go up straight away, more often than not. It's going to pull back. And with everything we've gathered from the consolidation to the breakout, to the bullish close above structure, to the continuation of this 4-hour candle pushing, do you think we might be able to get a buy at a higher low on the 15-minute time frame based on what we're learning today? What's the chat say?
Yeah. Yes.
Very good. Thank you. All right. So let's bear this in mind. Okay, Mr. Harry, let's go. So we've broken above. What happens
Yeah.
next?
And then the price consolidated for that's above. So basically, it used that part as support area. Yeah. So
Fine. So hold tight. Price consolidated again. We see price failing to make a new higher high. We finally have bearish pressure in this market. Price tried to break into the structure, broke out of the structure. How are we looking at this on the 15-minute time frame? We're looking at price pushing up. Then we're looking at price consolidating on this market. Then we're seeing strong bearish pressure in this market. Excuse me, strong bearish pressure in this market. Then what happens? Price comes back to that key level. It breaks, closes in on the 15-minute, closes back out on the 15-minute, and then continues to go down. Do you think, everybody in the chat, we now understand what's happening here? We could look for sell opportunities on the 15-minute time frame. John says yes. Jayla says yes. Matthew, yeah. Thank you. All right, fine. So now, Mr. Harry,
yeah.
I want you to talk to me, please, from this candle here.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, that was a kind of bearish pressure.
Okay,
so
so we
price
have
went down.
very good. So we have price going down in this market.
So made a low.
Okay,
And
so
then went up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. So now, are you finished with this candle?
Yes.
Fine. Next candle, please.
Okay, so from that point, from the low, yeah, then price went up a little bit.
Okay.
Right, up to the third candle. To that point. So basically, went up more.
Okay, fine. So it went up more. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Forget this is a high right now. Let's just see.
Okay.
So we've gone up. Fine.
Went up and then went back down.
Yeah.
And went below the lower low.
Yeah.
Went below the previous low.
Got it.
Hello?
Harry, are we on this candle?
I've moved to the next one now.
No. Okay, fine. So I want you to identify this.
Okay.
I know
Okay,
we're here. So this is where I'm at. So we went a bit below. And then how did this candle?
And it went back up.
Very good, man.
Closed above.
Okay, very good. Next, what happens?
Yeah, about that point. Yeah.
Fine. So then at this point, price done what?
Okay, so price went down. It broke the low.
Okay, before we broke the low, let's identify something.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
I've drawn the red line for a reason. So the candle's closed. We've now exhausted back up. Did the candle manage to peak the previous structure?
Yeah. Okay, went above that the previous structure. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. What happens next?
I think it closed there. Yeah, and then the next candle went from there. Went a little bit up.
Yeah, fine. So we've gone up now. Yeah. Next, what happens?
And then went down.
Okay. Did we break the structure?
Yes.
Okay, so we've broken the structure. What happens next? We're on the next candle.
Okay. Yeah. So the next candle opened at that point where the last one closed. Then went down a bit.
Okay. Yeah, down a bit.
Yeah. And then went back up.
Okay, so we're going back up.
Okay, and then came a little bit down and closed there.
Okay, so it looked back up and then it came a little bit down and closed around here, yeah?
Yeah. Then the next candle went down a bit.
Okay, so we on this candle?
No, the one before that.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Apologize. So the candle went down a bit. Right, so then the next candle went down a tiny bit, yeah?
And then went up.
Okay, yeah. And
then came down and closed a bit. Just went down a bit and closed there, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we've now come down, closed a little bit. What happens next?
So the last one now. So the last one went, it just went a little bit up, but went back down.
Yeah.
So it went below the close of the last candle. Oh no, sorry, the open of the last candle.
Yeah, which is this information here. Yeah. So fine.
So we went back, went up a bit and closed there. Yeah.
Fine. Now, does anybody have any reservations regarding this? Anybody agree with Harry or disagree with Harry? Agree, yes. Disagree, no. Come on, chat. Agree. All right, fine. So, Harry, very well done, bro. Let's see what happens with this pair. Okay, so let's erase this. So, Harry said that the market went down, making structural lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, higher lows. This is this information here. Harry then mentioned that the price action started to consolidate and it peaked a little bit, which is this information here. He then said price went up and didn't break above the structure, which I believe this is information here. And he said the price action started to consolidate a bit and then made a structural high, which I believe this is information here. Then eventually he said price continued to push down, which is this information here. And then eventually it broke the previous structure, which is this information here. So this consolidation finally broke, as Harry said. Price then made a structural level low in this market, which is this information here. He then said price peaked to make a major structural level in the market, which is this information here. He then said the next phase in the market pushed up and broke above the previous structure, which is this information here. He then said price pulled back a tiny bit, which is this information here. Then he said the price action started to push up, which I believe is this information here. Then he said price pulled back a tad, which is this information here. After that, it continued to push up, which I believe is this information here. He then said price consolidated, which is this information here. And then eventually, after the consolidation, he said price continued to push down, breaking the previous structural level to make a lower low, which is this break here, push down to make a lower low.
Oh,
Jesus. So Harry, man.
I'm going to be a lecturer, man.
Very well done, brother, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Very well done, bro. Very, very well done. Claps for Harry, please, man. Claps for Harry. Very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done. Jeez. All right. Let's take our last chart. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Some clap emojis, man. Next person, please. This is the final one. Who's coming forward for the final one? So, John, thank you. Carlos, thank you. Harry, thank you. Miss B, thank you. Alan, thank you. Everybody else, thank you. And one more person, please. Yes, Castellano, let's go, my brother.
Hi, bro. You are hear me?
I can hear you, man. How are you?
I'm fine, bro. Let's go.
Very good. Now, Castellano has probably been in this group for the longest amount of time. Anybody who wants to take limit orders, go and bombard him, because he is the king of sell and limits. He is the king. Anyway,
thanks.
So, I'll start this information off because it's pretty simple. Price went down. We broke the previous structure high. We pushed up. We made a higher low. We went into the range. Then finally, we have bullish pressure in this market. And then, I'm telling you, this one is not easy. Okay? But I think you got it. And I want you to be as detailed as you can to shut this one down, my bro. So, start with this big candle here. Market opens here. What happens?
Okay. Uptrend.
So the market
bullish market.
Bullish market. Yeah. So let's draw this bullish market in, and then we have a bullish market in this pair. What happens next?
After have happened a little push.
Okay. Push to the
downside.
Okay.
Yeah. Push the downside.
Right.
Yeah. Next is the market, a consolidation market.
Fine. So if we take this as a consolidation, are you happy?
Stop hunts, wicks.
Wait a minute. So we have this consolidation. Then what happens next on the next candle, please? So this is a candle close. This is the consolidation. What happens on the next candle, please?
It's a little push to the downside.
Do we break or do we stay above this level?
Yeah.
We break or stay above?
Break, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Then come back, yeah,
Okay.
and consolidation.
Consolidation. Okay.
The market do a stop hunt.
Okay, so hold on. So let me just restart this. So we have a consolidation. Now,
Yeah,
what happens on the next 4-hour candle, please?
yeah. The price push up if weak, yeah.
Okay.
Close close in the zone,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Sorry, my English, bro.
No, man, it's good. Let's go.
And next, the price make it one more week push to the up.
This much?
Yeah. What candle is
This one?
candle? Yeah. Push to the up to do this week.
So this
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it stop
More.
here? More? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Is this is push to the downside.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and make a consolidation.
A slight consolidation. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and next the price to the downside. Go to the downside.
Boom. All right.
Yeah, to a bigger bearish candle. This is a perfect structure.
Thank you. Okay. Now, thank you, Cassiano. Does anybody agree or disagree with the king of limit orders? Agree. Okay. So let's go on to the final slide. Let's remove this. And let's follow this.
Yeah, exactly.
So the market moved up, as Cassiano mentioned, which is this information here. He then said price consolidated for a tiny bit of time, which is this information here. He then mentioned that price broke this structure, which is this information here. He then mentioned that the price went into a consolidation again, which is this information here. So now we're back to the consolidation, the last consolidation. He said price peaked the structure and came back in. Price peaked the structure and came back in, which is this information here. Then he said price continued to push up to peak this structure, which it did, which is this information here. Then he said price pushed down for a minute, which it did. And then he said it consolidated. So we had 16 hours worth of information here on the 4-hour. Sorry, on the 4-hour, we had 4 hours worth of information, which is this one candle here. Now, what happens next? Price finally breaks below that level that he mentioned in the market, which is this information here. And then he said price continued to push down, which is this information here. So, Cassiano.
Hi, bro.
Very well done.
Thanks.
Very well done.
You can put in the 4-hour chart again, please.
Yeah.
I say one thing.
Here you go.
I put my orders of limit in the.
Here you go. Everyone get your pen. Everyone get your pen and paper.
Before the bearish push in the week
here.
Of exactly. Next, the confirmations of the candles. I put in this candle before to push the bearish. Yeah. Exactly.
So once you get this information of price pushing away, you identify this as a key level.
Yeah. Key level
so
and bearish pressure.
Bearish pressure. So I'm so happy that you said this, because somebody mentioned in the chat the other day and said, why does Rox put a line in the middle of nowhere? Well, there you go. Cassiano does it as well. It's all about identifying structure, understanding the behavioral patterns, and waiting for price to come back to that level to then identify what price potentially could do. Now, you're much better taking a sell limit from here and having your stop loss out here than you are to enter a sell here and have your stop loss here. I know it sounds crazy, but that's Forex.
Yeah.
So,
I love Forex.
I love Forex, so man. So That really was today's session. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm blown away. I'm really, really blown away. Everybody, well done. Seriously, for your hard work. Thank you for making this such a beautiful and smooth session. And I hope the analogy that I use with skipping and boxing relates and helps you to identify why we done this session today. It's not about becoming perfect at understanding where price is going to stop, stall, reverse, continue from. For us as intraday day traders who can turn our trades from intraday to day trading to swing trading by getting in tight, closing that break even as soon as possible, and then allowing price to do it what it wants. This is what we need to understand. Because if we take away just a key factor from this session today, it's about identifying what's happening within the 4-hour candles to then help us to figure out what patterns are happening on the 15-minute time frame to then say to ourselves, is there a higher low? Is there a lower high? Is there a double bottom? Is there a double top? Not because we care if we hit take profit, because I want everyone to just not care about take profits anymore. I want you to all focus on risk management and just understanding that you have a skill set that means even if you get stopped out or you go break even, you have the ability to go back into the markets and take a sell or take a buy when you want. And if you do it systematically over a period of 100 trades and you're trading at 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, guess what? You only need to be 30% right. 30%. That means, right? Get this in your heads. If I'm telling you to take 100 trades, you're allowed, technically, statistically, mathematically, to lose the first 70 trades in a row. How about that? That will turn anyone insane. First person jump off the bridge is me, if I have to deal with that. But understand, mathematically, that is what is possible for you then to go and win the next 30 trades and still be a profitable trader. So whatever's happened this week, it's been a slow week. There's been losses. The markets haven't been fantastic. People have lost money. People have lost trades. I want you guys to stay focused on the process. This week may have been slow. Next week may be the best week of your life. But at the same time, you are still mathematically capable of losing another 65 trades in a row. That's why risk management is important. That's why trust in the process is important. That's why having belief in yourself is important, because the next 30 trades is what's going to make you money. Because with 1 to 3, all you have to do is make sure that you stick to your risk management and win 30% of your trades, and you're going to be a very successful trader. If money's the issue, we know it's not a problem no more. We have Stubbsy in the community who went from a depressed carpenter to somebody who joined the community using indicators to then having to get rid of indicators and feeling uncomfortable, then 2 months later taking a challenge and now trading a 100K account. Everyone can do it. So have faith in yourself, please, everybody. Please have faith in yourself. Okay, if you love this, you love it. You're going to make it happen. If you're chasing it for the wrong reasons, it's not going to happen. So firstly, work on yourself, work on your strategy, and then the rest will fall in place. Anyway, everybody, thank you for your participation. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow in the chat. Obviously, tomorrow's Friday, so I'll participate. No live sessions, but I'll be back Sunday for the Sunday analysis. Good night, everybody. Very well done for this week. Stay focused and catch you soon. Bye-bye for now.